With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello everyone. When identical point charges are placed at the vertices of a cube of edge length A, each of them experience a net force of F. Now these charges are placed on the vertices of another cube of side length B. What will be the magnitude of net force of each charge? These cubes are simply the geometrical construct not made by any matter. So if you see here, in the cube there are 8 edges, right? So if there are 8 edges, at each edges there is a charge kept. So if you see here, this is a cube. So at each edges it is said in the question that a charge is kept. So if you see here, if I keep a charge Q, 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 Q and Q. So if you see there are 8 charges, so if I talk about the number of pairs, so it will be 8C2. If you select 2 charges at a time, there will be this much number of pair, that is 8 into 8 minus 1 by 2. So it will be 7 into 4, that is 28. So there will be 28 number of pairs that will be forming here, right? So if you see here, if I talk about the adjacent charges, right, for any charge, so there will be 3 charges which will be adjacent, like this, this and this. These 3 charges are adjacent, and if you see here, they will be having equal magnitude as well, right? And they are mutually perpendicular as well, right? So now if you see the diagonally opposite charges, 1, 2 and 3. These 3 will be the diagonally opposite charges, right? And if you see the body diagonal, so body diagonal for this charge alone, it will be simply 1, that is this. So if you see here, there are how many number of side? There are 12 sides, right? And if you see how many number of face diagonal, so the number of each face is having 2 face diagonals, so the number of face is 6. So 6 into 2 is the face diagonal. Face diagonal. And if I talk about the body diagonal, so you can see the body diagonal. If you see here, this is joined with this charge, this will be joined by this charge, and this will be joined by this charge. So there will be total 4 body diagonal. 4 body diagonal. You could imagine it will be in 3D. So this will be the total number of pair. 12 sides. So 12 pairs will be formed side by side, and 12 will be formed by face diagonal, and 4 will be formed by the body diagonal. We are concentrating on the single force on the single charge. So from the symmetry, if you see here, there will be 7 forces that will be acting, right? And if you see, let us say this force is F1, and this force is F2, and this force is F3, right? So F1 force will be equals to KQ square by A, and if you see, there will be a symmetry, right? And from the symmetry, it will be directed along the diagonal only. Since this F1 and these 3 forces will be F1, F1 and F2, F1, and F2 will be, now if you see, for this distance is root 2a, so it will be 2a square. F3, it is a body diagonal, so I will write down, if you see this distance, it will be root 3. So it will be this. So if you see here, as I already said that from the symmetry, if you add them, right, you will get the net resultant along the body diagonal, right? And if you find out the resultant, it will be having a common term, that is 1 by a square. So if I write down the F net, right, it will be this, because if you see 1 by a square is common in all of them. Even you can take this common, and if you calculate the net force, it will be directed along the body diagonal, and it will be having some constant term as well with it if you go for the whole summation formula. But we need to just know the proportionality relation, and we got to know that it depends on the side length like this, since it is common in all of them. And now if I write down, it will be a square by b square. So if you see, earlier the force was F, now we want the force. So earlier the force was F, so I will write down this F dash, it is equals to F into a square by b square. Now you can check for the option F into a square by b square, so A is the correct. Thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.